So, you want to change your personality, but every time you do, it feels fucking cringe and disingenuous and not yourself. You feel like you're putting on a mask or you're pretending to be somebody you're not. Well, the reason why is something that I figured out myself and I'm about to tell you. And if you really want to solve that, then watch this video. So, the reason why most people do this is because of the way they go about changing their personality. I guarantee you, 99% of people who try to change their personality will just do this, right? They'll watch a character on a TV show or a book or a movie or some kind of media, or even in real life, maybe like a mentor or somebody that inspires them, right? And they see the kind of things they do or the kind of person they are, and they just try to copy that, right? They'll say, I want to be like that. I'm going to do that. And even people who are doing it like inadvertently, they'll go and watch a cool movie with a cool action star, and then after watching it for the next 2 weeks, they try to be like that guy. They try to act all cool or mysterious or suave, and then after 2 weeks or whatever, it goes away. That's what most people do, and I guarantee you, everybody watching knows what I'm talking about. That's how people do it. They just try to plaster somebody else's personality onto themselves. And the reason why that's cringe is because it's not who you are. You know, in a way it can be, and I'll get into that, but the thing is, you actually are being inauthentic and disingenuous because you're just trying to become somebody else instead of adapting things into your own personality already and finding the sweet spot between things that are naturally you and things that you can improve and make yourself a better, more likable, whatever you want person. And you can do that. You have to do it the right way though, which is what I'm going to talk about. And the thing is, when you do this, there's a huge difference between two types of personality traits, right? And these are whether you're trying to attract these traits or add these onto yourself as an identity or as just traits. And here's the difference, right? I'll go back to the example of people watching a show or movie and copying that main character's personality. So, when they do that, they go into a movie and see this guy is confident, he's sociable, and he can talk to girls. I want to be like that, even though you're shy, you're not very good at it, and you don't know what you're doing. So they just try to act like that, and what they'll do is they'll put on a confident demeanor and go around trying to be sociable and like just trying to pretend to be confident and hoping it'll work. But the thing is, you're trying to force the identity of being the cool main character, like womanizer character, like that. You can't force an identity because that's not who you are, like I already said. What you do is you find the traits that you want in somebody and you become that. So, it's okay if you want to be like, look at it this way. Ready? The cool, confident guy is right. He's confident, he's sociable, he's good with women. Those are all traits. But the thing is, when people do the personality, they don't look at the traits as, one by one. They look at the identity as a whole of the cool guy, which has a lot of connotations with it. So, instead of looking at the identity, which has a bunch of connotations, you go individually to the traits that you want to achieve. So, let's start with the cool guy, right? That guy is confident, sociable, and good with women, right? All three of those you can achieve and make part of yourself. But you don't do it to copy the identity because you'll just follow what that guy does, which isn't you. You do it in your own way. You be confident in your own way. You be good at talking to girls in your own way. And you have to work on those skills individually, and then you'll make your own identity of that, which isn't inauthentic. So if you want to be confident, you can't just be confident. You have to work on yourself to make yourself somebody that feels confident. Maybe go to the gym. Maybe go do hard stuff and build up your confidence by knowing that you can achieve something. That's how you build confidence. You can't just have it. Same with talking to women. If you want to be good at talking to girls, you can't just be good. You go fail a lot in practice, and eventually you'll be there. And if you know what I'm getting at, you'll see that when you do all of these traits, you'll have your own identity of that, and it'll be your own thing. It won't be disingenuous, it won't be fake, and you'll have that. And that's the difference. It's an input thing versus an output thing. Ready? It's like if you're trying to be smart, right? People want to be seen as smart, either by pretending to read books in front of people or always name dropping the college they went to or which grades they get. That's why, because people want the identity of being like the smart nerd person who's really, knowledgeable and smart. But that's like the output. They want to be seen that way by other people. In order to actually be that, you need to do the input, which would be to have a curiosity and a hunger for learning. Like you want knowledge. You gain the knowledge, and then the output already comes because you already are smart. I mean, honestly, whether or not people see you that way doesn't matter. What matters is what you actually are. And if you have a thirst for knowledge, then you'll actually want to learn by yourself and you'll eventually be that way. Instead of maybe you're in school and you want good grades just to look cool, just to look smart, not actually because you care about the material. See, if you know what I'm saying, then you'll see the difference between the input and the output. In the previous example, the input is getting confidence, being good at talking to girls by yourself, and finding your own way to do that instead of watching the movie and trying to copy his persona, his identity, and doing it the exact same way he is. That doesn't work. And that's the cringe part. If you do it your own way, it's not cringe. And that's why there are things that are part of you that you shouldn't change just because people don't like. For example, your taste in music. I know people can get made fun of if they don't like the common popular stuff that's out today or whatever. Taste in music or taste in food or whatever, those are completely subjective. Not one is better or the other one. You don't change that. That's who you are. Don't change that to the popular one to look cool. But for example, if you are lazy, that's something that is bad and you should change that. That's how you decide whether something is worth changing or if it's a core part of who you are. You need to look at it and think, can I be a more improved version? And is this thing bad for me? Should I change this? And that's when you think about that. And that's how you decide whether or not the thing is you need to change or not. And a lot of people will do that, which is what I've been talking about, looking at overarching characters or archetypes or like personality things that are like more of a personality archetype they see in movies, right? Like either the funny golden retriever like guy who's really kind and sociable with everybody, or like the mysterious cold calculating character who's ruthless. Like you can't just pretend to be that because that's not who you are. For example, if you like a character that's cold and calculating and always calm and collected, you need to make yourself become that person through experience and to gain those traits. For example, if you want to be that guy, don't just copy the identity. Become calculating by either, playing chess or thinking through stuff and not being so impulsive. That'll get you there in your own way instead of just copy and pasting some like ham-fisted personality just because you saw it in a movie. You can't do that. And that's why every time you try to do something like that, it's cringe. Because I guarantee you just see these persons on the TV or movie or book, and you find a character and you just want to be them. Which means, by contrast, you're not being yourself, and you're just trying to fake it, which will never work, and it will never make you feel good. No matter how many people give you props or give you the validation you want, if you don't feel it within yourself, it doesn't matter. So, just to summarize, if you want to feel like not cringe and develop your personality the good way, first of all, you need to decide which traits and what things you want and make sure they're not an identity. Because an identity comes with connotations, and those aren't necessarily always related to you. Like being a video gamer, when you think of video gamers, you think of lazy, drinking soda, Mountain Dew, and eating Doritos. So when you call yourself a gamer, even if you like to play video games, it comes with connotations that may not be true. So that goes with all connotations. Same with being smart. People usually think smart people are nerds. They aren't athletic. They like Star Wars or nerdy stuff. Maybe they like chess. Maybe they're more thinkers, but they're not as athletic. That's why. If you just make yourself have the traits, you don't have to have any of those connotations. And at the very least, even if people put them on you, you don't have to care. Because you know who you are, because you became that naturally. Become it naturally, do the input, and you'll get the output. If you want to be good at talking to girls, don't just try to make yourself look good at talking to girls in front of your friends to get respect. Actually do the work to make yourself good at it. Same with being smart, same with being cold or calculating. You can have those, just do it the right way. Alright, I hope you learned something here. See ya.